Hi, my 5th grade Wildcats. Miss Shrader here with your daily video lesson for Mission 6, Lesson 26. In this video, I'm going to ask you several times to pause the video to do your work and then continue playing the video to check your work. Go ahead and get familiar with where the pause button is so that you can pause and unpause as directed. Okay? Let's go. This lesson is all about evaluating word problems. First, we need to decide which word problem represents the equation 3/7 times 42, with unknown being the product. Go ahead and pause this video, think about this problem, and when you think you found your answer, press play to continue your work. That's right. Grace found 42 shells on the beach. She gave 3/7 of them to her friend. How many shells did Grace give to her friend? Good job selecting that correct answer. We have another. The sum of 24 and 15 times 2/6. Looking for the unknown. Go ahead and pause, think about this problem, and when you think you have your answer, press play to check your work. The correct answer is the selection in the middle. Camden grew 24 flowers in his backyard and 15 flowers in his front yard. He cut 2/6 of all of his flowers to make a bouquet. How many flowers did he cut to make a bouquet? Go ahead and press pause again. Think carefully about this problem. When you have your answer, press play to check your work. Oh, good job, Wildcats. Dina had 50 pennies and then lost 10. See how 50 minus 10 is represented there? She wants to buy a treat that cost 5/8 of the pennies she has left. So 5/8 of tells us times. Very good, times 5/8. How many pennies does the treat cost? Very good. Now we'll go a step further with this problem to solve. What is the product for the difference of 50 and 10 times 5/8? Go ahead and press pause, solve this problem on paper, and when you are ready with your answer, press play to check your work. Right, the treat did cost 25 pennies. Now I'll take you through a step-by-step of finding that answer. You're going to start by first using the order of operations to find the difference of 50 minus 10, which is 40. So then we have 40 times 5/8. Remember, when we are multiplying a whole number times a fraction, we think of that whole number as being over 1 or with a denominator of 1. And then we can simply just multiply straight across. So 40 times 5 and 1 times 8. And we get 208. But what do we notice here about 208? That's right. It is a fraction greater than 1, so we need to rewrite this. We need to find out how many 8s there are in 200. In other words, 200 divided by 8. We'll work this out using the standard algorithm. How many times does 8 go into 2? Well, it won't. So we're scooting over one place value. How many times will 8 go into 20? Oh, that's 2. And 2 times 8 is 16. Subtract 16 from 20. We have 4. Next, we bring down the 0, and there are 40 left to share. How many times does 8 go into 40? That's right, it's 5. And 5 times 8 is 40, so 40 minus 40 will give us 0. Our quotient is 25, so the treat costs 25 pennies. Consider the equation 7 minus the sum of 3/8 plus 1/2. Can you identify the word problem that goes with this equation? Go ahead and press pause while you think about it. When you have your answer, press play to check your work. Now this one might have been a little tricky. Remember that we're thinking about 3/8 not as being 3/8 of 7 days, because it doesn't say 7 times 3/8. It says 7 minus 3/8. So we're thinking about 3/8 being of 1 day, and also 1/2 being of 1 day. So this is the only answer that fits this equation. You guessed it, now it's time to solve. Remember, you're going to take care of what's in the parentheses first. And when we are adding fractions, we have to have like units. Right now we have eighths and halves. You need to make a common unit so that you have equivalent fractions there, like units so that you can add, and then proceed. Press pause, solve your problem on paper. When you are ready, press play to check your work. I hope that you got 6 1/8 as the number of days that Karina spent on the boat. I'm going to go step by step through the solving of this problem so that you can check what you did. So the first thing that we needed to do is to make an equivalent fraction in eighths to 1/2. So I'm thinking, if I had a half in eighths, well, what's half of 8? 4. Okay, so 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8. You could also say, what would I have to multiply times 2 as the denominator to make 2 times what equals 8? Well, that would be 4. So whatever you do to the denominator, you also must do to the numerator. So 1 times 4 is 4. There's 4/8. Next, we add 3/8 and 4/8 to get 7/8. And the remainder of the problem is just to subtract 7/8 from 7 wholes. You could think of the 7 wholes as 6 wholes and 8/8, so that you have some eighths to take away the 7/8, which would leave you 1/8 there and the 6 wholes. So 6 1/8. And guys, that's a wrap on this lesson. I wish you great success. I wish you awesome learning. And I wish you wonderful amounts of practice today. Remember to reach out to Ms. Shrader if you are working your lessons on paper, or if you are working lessons from Google Classroom or our calendar that's posted on Dojo. Remember to reach out to me. Send me a picture of your work or email it to me. Okay? I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you have a great day. I love you and I miss you. Talk to you later.